at that time when I read that interview, I'm thinking like, all right, they're bringing in James Harden to be the veteran leader is what they're going for. It's like, I don't know if that's
Yeah,
what this team really needs.
right,
And Ime, like the one thing where he kind of put his foot down in the interview was talking about that defensive identity, saying how like consistency is what it's about and how
right.
the I think he said something like the player's character didn't really match what he was seeing on the tape, which you certainly hope not, based on
Yeah,
anybody who had to watch that team play defense last year. But
yeah,
so you look at the fact that they got Van Vliet, Uncle
right,
Jeff, and Dylan Brooks, obviously defense first guys. So
right.
how much do you feel like those offseason additions kind of fit in with the kind of vision he was laying out?
So it's funny because I talked to Tari Eason over the weekend, and in talking to him, he kind of revealed to me how Ime thinks in the sense that for young players like Tari that were pretty impressive, as a rookie, because now team is considered an older team. To get on the floor to earn minutes in his rotation, he's gonna have to be one of the best defenders on the floor. Period. And it seems like that's what Ime is building his team off of defensive identity. Like you've been able to add a Fred VanVleet that's been one of the league's best point guard defenders for a while. You add Dylan Brooks, who's just finished second team all defense. You have Jabari Smith, who had an up and down rookie season, but if Summer League is any indication, he's taken some steps in his development. You still have Tari, you
You
still have
look
guys
damn
like Jay.
good in Vegas.
Yeah, he looked pretty damn good. And you have guys like Jayshawn Tate. You just drafted Amen Thompson, who is also a stellar defender at his age and at his position. So there's a lot of optimism around this team, and there's a lot of reasons to believe that they can be, potentially maybe a top 18, top 17 team defensively if everything goes according to plan. Now, obviously, certain things have to go into place in terms of, guys have to be on the same page. They have to buy into Ime's philosophies and buy in pretty quickly. But on paper, they do have the tools to be a pretty versatile switching team.
Wait. So that top eight defense thing, is that
Oh no,
something
no,
that
top
you're just
18, 18, not eight.
Oh, 18.
Top
Okay. All right. Yeah, we better add at least a one. Even top 28 would be a step up, honestly, for this team. Were they 30th? Like they must have been really
Yeah, they
far in
were
the back,
30th.
right?
They were third. They were
Yeah. They were
20. Yeah, clean
31st,
the
really,
glass. I think had
honestly.
it 29 at one point, but it was starting 30th.
Honestly, it's probably because they played so much garbage time. I bet the clean the glass stats at
Yeah,
least helped. Um, yeah, it's funny hearing even just top 18. That's admirable because defense nowadays, right? You need to funnel into a stopper. And you had that really good piece on Jabari Smith's defensive
thank you.
journey. Is that a nice way to put it?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's on a journey. He's on a journey,
He's on a
and
path.
yeah, he's walking the walk right now. And you mentioned in there that he had a night that kind of stood out where he played the five.
Yeah,
And I was just talking to somebody the other day from Houston. We were kind of going back and forth on what the rotation, what the closing lineup can be. And like obviously Shengun is kind of one of their future stars, but Jabari at the five defensively eventually might be the most viable closing lineup. And you think about the way Ime Udoka likes to coach,
right.
and he's making a pretty clear defense as the priority. So do you see that as something that we could be seeing even early this year?
For sure. And even going back to last season, amidst Jabari's defensive journey, one game that stood out to the front office and the coaching staff was actually against Boston, where Jabari had to play the five exclusively, and he was able to switch out on Malcolm Brogdon and be able to contain and switch and hold and rotate, protect the rim, and sometimes, just showing bits and pieces of what he can be as a defensive five. He has the size, he has the shooting ability, he has the versatility, the physicality. Now, obviously, because of Shangun's presence as their most talented big man, he's probably going to start the season at center. But I wouldn't be surprised if there were portions in games where if they need to get stops down the stretch, they could go to Jabbar at the five because it just gives them more optionality defensively if you surround him with guys like Tari East and guys like Jayshawn Tate, Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson. Now you have guys that can actually get off there defensively and actually want to get after defensively. I think the biggest thing for Houston over the last 3 years was nobody cared about getting stops. They just wanted to score and look pretty doing it. But now you bring in Ime, who says, if you're not defending, you're going to be sitting next to me. That's kind of how he's approaching the situation. So if you want to get on the floor, you better work your butt off on defense.